Do you like this haircut? Is it passable? I did it myself. Believe it or not, I've been cutting my own hair for the last little while. Saves me about $50 a month, so not bad. Let me know what you think. Okay, so enough about my hair. Not too long ago, I put a poll on YouTube asking how much money you would need to make on Fiverr for Fiverr to be your only source of income. In that poll, there were 5 options you could vote on. Making $0 to $500, $500 to $1,000, $1,000 to $1,500, $1,500 to $4,000, and $5,000 plus per month on Fiverr. I'll be honest with you, I only got like 28 responses. Normally, I get like hundreds of responses on these YouTube polls, but I guess when the topic of money is in question, it's still a little taboo to talk about what we need to survive. But guys, next time I do this, submit your votes. It's really helpful to make videos like this one. Anyways, today, I thought it'd be really cool to use that poll as a conversation starter to talk about how you could go about working on Fiverr to make the amount of money in one of those buckets. And for this video, we're going to be talking about the $0 to $500 per month bucket. Since this channel seems to be really helpful for people just getting started on Fiverr, I'm going to break down how you can go about making $500 per month as a Fiverr seller. And just before I get into it, I wanted to thank you so much for being a part of this channel. It's crazy that it's gotten as big as it's gotten. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for the support. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing. That'd be really cool. Okay, so I agree. The idea of making $500 per month on a tool like Fiverr probably seems pretty daunting, right? $500 is a lot of money. $500 could be a new place to live. $500 could be a car payment for a new car. $500 could be food for a whole family. $500 could be a flight to travel somewhere awesome. $500 could be life-changing money if you could make it every month. And I agree, it can sound a little bit intimidating if you're new to the idea of freelancing or Fiverr. But I'm here to tell you, it doesn't have to be that intimidating. And one of the ways I'm going to help you try to understand this is by a little strategy I use when trying to accomplish goals like making $500 per month. What I do is I start with the number $500, right? And I work backwards from that number. And what that means is the first thing I need to do is figure out exactly how many orders I need to complete in order to make $500 per month. So I'll use myself as an example, and of course this is just an example because everyone's going to charge different rates, and I do charge on average a little bit higher than most new sellers would. So my base gig, the base gig I sell on Fiverr is $35 per order. That's $35 for a single marketing email. So if I want to make $500 in 1 month selling $35 gigs, I would need to sell about 14 gigs in 1 month's time. So when you think of it like that, selling 14 emails to 14 people isn't that huge of a task, right? But I know you're probably still saying, Mike, how am I going to find 14 people to sell my gig to? And here's where I'm going to share the magic with you. So if you want to sell, in this example, 14 orders in 1 month to give you a chance of making $500 or whatever that number is, because Fiverr takes a cut too, here's the trick. You don't just create your gig, post it, create a profile, and wait for that to happen. If that's your plan, getting 14 orders in 1 month as a new seller is very challenging. So here's what you do instead, right? I'll give you an example of how I learned to do this. I come from a sales background, technology sales. One of the most common things we would do as sales professionals is reach out to businesses who we want to sell to. And how we would do that is through either emails or cold calling. For the purposes of Fiverr, I think that buyer requests and emails or contact form submissions are a great way for a new seller to prospect and get more companies interested in potentially purchasing their gig. So if you want to get 14 orders over 1 month span, let me put some numbers in front of you. Try contacting 50 companies per day through buyer requests and emails. If you can contact 50 companies per day, which I know you can because in sales, it was very common for me and my team to do 50 to 100 or more contacts per day. If you can do 50 per day, that means at the end of a month, you would have contacted 1,500 people, 1,500 prospective buyers for your gig. And remember, you're only trying to make 14 sales. So if you contact 1,500 people in 1 month, your conversion rate only needs to be, and I need to look at this because it's such a small number, your conversion rate needs to be 0.0093%. That's all you need to convert. Of 1,500 people, you just need to get 14 people to buy your gig. Probably doesn't seem as crazy an idea now, does it, right? If you're serious about making $500 per month, all you got to do is be a little intentional about making $500 per month. You need to pound the pavement and try to sell your gig to help it sell in these first couple months, right? And contacting 50 people a day, whether that be through email or buyer requests, isn't actually that tough. It's just going to take a little bit of focus and determination on your end to make that happen. And a 0.0093 conversion rate is not a crazy conversion rate. That's super low. If you could probably hit that. Most people probably can, just with a little bit of effort, tailor the messaging, and beautiful. You have your 14 orders, you've made $500. That's fantastic, right? And I know a lot of you are probably saying, but Mike, what do I say when contacting these 50 people every day? Here's where I got you covered, okay? I've already created a free template that you can use to contact people via email or contact forms online. There's a video on my channel, I'll link to it in the description, and I'll put the picture up here somewhere, that talks about a very basic template you can use to proactively send to businesses to get them interested in working with you. You can use this template for all 50 contacts per day if you really wanted to. All I would recommend is make sure you're taking the time to tweak it and make it personal to each person you're sending it to. That'll have a huge impact on your conversion rate, right? So this email will get people interested, and then you're going to have to probably have a conversation with them to finalize and really sell your services to them. But I'll give you the template, I'll link to the video, use it, and make sure you're hitting your 50 touches per day. The second thing I'm going to help you with is I mentioned buyer requests being a good way to mix in with prospecting. Send emails to companies, go on their websites and contact them via their contact form to put yourself on their radar, but also leverage buyer requests. And I have another video on this channel that's a buyer request tutorial. These are all free. I'm not selling anything, but I think that if you use this strategy of being proactive and aiming for a number of like 1,500 contacts in a month, which is not crazy. If you want to make $500, it's not just going to fall out of the sky into your lap. You need to do something to make it. And reaching 1,500 people a month is a very reasonable goal to make 14 sales in a month, and it's very doable. It really is. So give it a shot. After you watch this, go into the description, watch the video where I walk you through the free email template that I put together for you guys, and then watch the other video where I talk about how to respond to buyer requests in a way that's going to give you an edge, and give it a shot. For the next 30 days, make a goal. 50 touch points in a day. 50 new companies or 50 new people that might be interested in your services each day. Make sure they're people who actually might need your services. So like, for example, if you are a dog walker, for an example, don't go trying to contact, a steel mill to sell your dog walking services. There's no one there who's going to buy dog walking services. Make it personal. If you're a graphic designer, reach out to marketing agencies. If you're a graphic designer, reach out to companies that might need graphic design. If you're a copywriter, reach out to companies that sell products or might need help with copy. If you're a video editor or a video producer, reach out to YouTubers or people who might make video ads. Just do a little bit of thinking of who you're contacting to make sure there is actually a need for your services, and the rest will be history. Email, buyer requests, and 50 touches per day, and you could very easily make $500 per month on Fiverr. Seriously. If you're watching this, you're like, but I don't have anything to sell, you're in luck. There are also videos on this channel that teach you how to uncover skills and learn skills that you can sell on Fiverr, and the key word here is practice. If you don't currently have something to sell, you need to practice and develop that skill before you start doing something like this, right? So that's all I have for you today. Happy selling, pound the pavement. Let me know how it goes for you in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear about your successes. So until next time, cheers.